Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Welcome to episode 223 of the On Air Advocate, where at the On Air Advocate, we look to provide education, support, and empowerment for all of those with different abilities, mental and medical illnesses, and their caregivers. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Tammy Flynn, and I'm the host and producer of the On Air Advocate. And I am super excited if you are here early morning joining us, or whether you are catching this on the replay. Now, as always, if you think any of the content we're talking about today could be helpful for anyone in your network or your circle, please share the love on whatever social media platform you are watching this from. Now, you guys all know that we are in our month-long resource series, and I can hardly contain myself. I am so excited to welcome back, after almost 2 years, two of my very, very favorite guests, Paula and Rosie Quinn, founders of Coming Up Rosies. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
And I might be a little bit too much energy for most people to watch this morning, but
No, good. It's helpful because my coffee hasn't quite set in, so this is very helpful.
So I am just so excited because, when you guys were on, it was such, if you haven't watched it, it's episode 79. You need to go back and watch it. There was so much conversation about, with you, Rosie, about all your hopes and your dreams for Coming Up Rosies and, all of that. And so I want you guys to start out with first telling me what is Coming Up Rosies in case somebody didn't see that first segment. And then all the things that have happened since we last spoke 2 years ago.
Okay, so Coming Up Rosies is for those of you who do not know and you are catching on after this is live or whatever. So Coming Up Rosies is a charity, and we make headscarf, neck scarves, and superhero capes for the bald kids who have children and alopecia. So here is a headscarf that I made when I was in pre-K. Excuse me if the neck looks a little big. And there's this one I made recently.
Chicago
flag. And there's just so many other choices you can check out on our website. And we have, from the past 2 years that we've seen you, we've grown so much.
How many smile kits have we donated?
Donated about 1,500 smile kits. And today we are in 23 different children's hospitals
in the U.S.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
You want to tell people really quickly what is a smile kit, just so that
they
have an idea.
A smile kit is so some kids want to make their own headscarf, neck scarf, or superhero cape. So we send them a canvas, paintbrushes, and paints in a brochure, of course, and a little sample of a headscarf. And we kind of package it all up for them, and we send it to them. And then after they're done painting, their child life specialist can take a picture of it, and then send it to us, and we can print it on a headscarf, neck scarf, or superhero cape for them.
It's so wonderful. So you're able to be creative. And Rosie, why did you guys come up with this? So you were put together, but what was the reason behind it?
Well, so when I was little, I was people would ask me, are you a boy or a girl? Or like, do you have cancer? And that would really that'd make mom feel sad, and that kind of made me feel sad. So we'd want to inform people, and we'd tell them, but
my mom.
Yeah.
I made this for you.
Oh yeah.
We're forgetting our story. So I noticed Rosie getting very shy in public.
She made a headscarf for me because I love to paint at the time, and I still do. So she made a headscarf, and I put it on, and after 5 minutes of looking in the mirror, I said I wanted to give it to all the bald children. And Mom had a full-time job at Google, so she's like, maybe not today. Or she's like, forever.
But Rosie literally.
I kept asking
for like 6 months, like every other day. So when are we going to give those to the bald kids? And I was seeing how it worked in real time. Like we would be out, and people would always comment,
"Yeah,
wow,
they'd
look
ask
at your
about
headscarf. It's beautiful."
They'd ask about my headscarf instead of my baldness, and that would make obviously that would make anyone feel really good about themselves.
It just turned the conversation to a positive one.
Yeah.
Where Rosie felt proud versus one that she really felt ashamed of how she looked. Because she can't control how, her baldness. And I think a lot of children feel the same way. Like we all have something that we are a little ashamed about. So I think why this has grown so much. At first, we initially were thinking, okay, we're just going to help all the children who are experiencing baldness, whether it's cancer, alopecia, or whatever medical illness. But as we started donating to these hospitals, we had child life specialists contacting us saying, can I give this to a child who's getting a heart transplant? Can I give this? And I said, absolutely. Like any child with any going through any medical journey, we are more than happy to kind of provide this.
And any child who isn't, we donate smile kits and headscarves to the kids, but not only kids who have differences can have access to this. Everyone can have access to this because some people might be a little different, but sometimes they might not all stand out. And if they still want a scarf, that's okay. They can check out on our website.
Right, and it leaves them to that it's too early in the morning when I can't figure out the words I'm trying to say. It gives them the opportunity to be creative.
Yeah.
So to put their own artwork on here, make it their own.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did see during this pandemic, so that's happened since the last time we saw it.
World pandemic.
But
what happened during COVID?
So
before she goes to the story, I thought, hold on. Before when COVID hit, I was like, okay, we're just gonna relax this year. We can't really go into the hospitals. We can't go to the Ronald McDonald House. We're just gonna pause and just kind of regroup because we've had a big couple of years. And then COVID happened.
And then I try to wear a surgical mask. My skin gets irritated, so I can't wear surgical masks. Oh no! So now I have to wear these. And to be honest, if for those of you who do wear the surgical mask, to be honest, these masks are more colorful.
And so we
go wardrobe fashion.
Yeah, people were emailing us.
We had a campaign like buy one, give one. So if you buy a headscarf, we will give one to the families in the hospital.
So do you know how many? We've sold over 2,000 and we've donated over 1,300 of these, our headscarves, which are now, 2,000? These were headscarves, but now they're repurposed as, if you double them up, as a face mask.
Yeah.
So we've given them to children's hospitals, to the families, at Lurie Children. You can demonstrate at Lurie Children's Hospital.
How that works. I know this wasn't a show about face masks.
No, but this is just, who knew? But at Lurie Children's, we've donated over, 300-400, and the staff will double it up over their other masks to not scare the children, because now everyone in the hospital is wearing masks. So it's
I get it as a kid, like it can be kind of scary to see someone wear a surgical mask, Okay, so
you know how you use it for the mask, and then how you use it on your head.
Okay, do the headscarf first.
So first, this is how you do the headscarf. You can just wear it on your head like this, and and also, so like I have to go to recess at school. You can put this on, and you don't get sunburned because we have a rooftop with it.
Oh.
And so then you can pull it down and make it a mask.
We have to double it up.
But hold on. For a mask, you can also double it up. So you take it in the middle, and then you kind of bend this piece down. Then you just have it doubled up. Because some people say, studies have said
you have to have double
up. Yeah.
Double the layer. I love that. And this one is, that's more of an elastic scarf. This is an actual scarf.
Yes.
Okay. And this one too, I did try it, and you could clip it in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like if you wanted to use this and you just wanted to wear it a little higher, it's not as sleek and convenient and probably quite as fashionable because it's a little bulky. Rosie, I didn't tell you, and Paula, I'm starting my beauty and fashion channel, so we're gonna have you on, Rosie, for that. Start in colors, but I did take it and I wrapped it around, and then I used like one of those hair clip things, one in the back to do it, or to tie it in a knot. So you could use this if you had it at home, just as a face covering. So I thought that was great, as well.
Sorry, I just love to talk, but also But I personally think that what you did with like the hair clip for the scarf, that is a great idea because like I wear infinity scarves all the time whenever we go to like wherever
Parties. I mean, not really now.
Well, not now, but like
We're going to party again.
yeah, it kept like unraveling, so I had to like
I tried as a ponytail holder, and then I took it at the back, and then it was a little ponytail.
Yeah.
Good way too.
And right now, it's like, who's looking really at the back of our heads for fashion? You know what I'm saying? We have a hard time, like, once you have a mask on, like, turning and getting vision.
But the good thing is being under quarantine, if you look weird, like in your house, if you have bed head when you wake up, you can stay in your pajamas. You can look as weird as you want because no one's going to see you because you're stuck in your house.
Right. You know, when I'm doing this show the other day, my nephew saw me and he said, Auntie, he's like, you look like you're going jogging on the bottom and you're a librarian on the top.
You're like, yep, that's how we
roll. Fashion. We're going to bring that full circle. Okay, so that's what the organization is all about, Coming Up Rosies. And, you know, can you talk just a tiny bit about your alopecia quick before we get into the book?
Yeah, so alopecia, for those of you who do not know, is a autoimmune disease that makes your hair fall out. So I'm allergic to my hair, and my body's way of getting rid of it is having it fall out. And same with all my body hair. So it's kind of hard to explain, but it's not life-threatening. Thankfully.
We're very lucky. And there is no cure for alopecia. There's no effective treatments right now, although they've made a lot of strides over the past couple of years. We've been able to go to the FDA.
We've gotten to talk to the FDA. We've been able to
advancing clinical trials because there are some therapies that have worked with rheumatoid arthritis that have shown some promise with alopecia, but you can't just, use a drug for another.
Right.
So the FDA is really doing a great job with, fast tracking some of these trials. And we've been able to go to Capitol Hill to advocate for wigs because that's not covered by Social Security for anyone with baldness.
Did that one pass?
No, every year.
Nothing passes.
Hopefully. And I think the goal of that, if Social Security covers wig coverage, then private insurance soon follows because wigs are very expensive.
And for kids who feel insecure, and it's not their fault they were born. It's not their fault they were born with alopecia. So, I think that, insurance should be paying for wigs because it's $1,000 to $2,000 to $4,000 for a kid.
And every year.
With real hair.
And you have to get one every year because your head's growing. So it's a lot of money for families to afford.
But Mom, if there are some people who are logged on, if they are looking to buy a face mask, can you tell them how much it is?
Oh, we'll go to that at the end. We'll have the links at the end. She's all about sales. See, I
guess it's all the proceeds go to charity. So that's our thing. So that's good. It's not like we're pocketing this money.
No, of course not.
I know.
And I think it's important to tell people that there's all different types of alopecia, right? Are there 3 different kinds?
So there is
areata.
There's areata universalis, which is I have my whole head. Areata's patches.
Totalis is just your head.
Yeah.
And then universalis, which is what Rosie has, is what?
All over your body.
So
but my eyelashes grew back.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But it's random, right? Like sometimes
it's totally random.
I will say the most common form is the patchiness, the areata. That's the most common there's 1% of the population is affected at some point in their life by alopecia areata. Of that 1%, 1% has the universalis. So it's Rosie's case is very, very rare. And it usually happens in adults, not as much in children, but it does happen in children. So Rosie's, was 2.5 when she was diagnosed. So
and can I say something?
Sure.
My friend Lauren, she has universalis too. So it's good to know that someone.
Yeah.
And I know so many other people with universalis. Basically, it's full-grown men like that I see at Starbucks. So I'd walk up to them and say, hey, you're bald like me, stranger danger. But still,
yes, yes, we had to go through that discussion when she was like 2.5. I'd like look around and she's talking to a bald man. I'm wondering why she's getting all these hot chocolates sent to us.
And mom's like, Rosie, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just talking to this nice man.
Which they loved it, because imagine having a 2-year-old saying, "Hi, you're bald, just like me. We're twins." Like it was fun.
Yeah.
So
I love your energy, Rosie. Like I said, if you didn't
have coffee,
I already feel like I have coffee in me. No, I'm kidding.
Which actually it's kind of nice, because I think this might be a good segue into the book. Like when Rosie was first diagnosed, I think Larry and I, her dad, we had so many emotions. We were sad. We felt helpless. We didn't know what to do. We were worried about raising we're raising a child girl, in such a society that places so much emphasis on external beauty, that like, how are we going to raise this little girl to love herself just the way she is? And Rosie saw me upset one day.
Yeah, and I said, don't worry, Mom, my hair's just on vacation. And that is a good start to jump into the book.
And so I said, you know what? It took a 2.5-year-old to like kind of like, take a dead fish and slap me on the face. I'm like, you know what? If she's not bothered by this and she's looking at it in a way where like the glass is half full, like I need to be on Team Rosie. So I think my husband and I quickly just said, you know what? We're just going to embrace this, like no secret, no shame. Bald is beautiful. And Rosie really did teach us how to kind of navigate this like ambiguity that we are faced with as parents. We didn't plan for this.
And Mom was searching everything, and she was super worried. And
of course, researching and searching and trying to connect with other families. And did you have success with this? Have you heard about this study or this trial?
Who are you connecting with?
With people through the Alopecia Foundation. So I mean,
Lauren's mom.
Google has a ton of resources, so like you can find everything.
Oh yeah, Google.
How are you still at Google? That's the question. Did Rosie get her wish, and are you still doing Google?
No. Rosie, Rosie, she convinced me. She was it's hard to say no. It was very, very hard. I broke down. So although
I have to say the Google Halloween party.
Yeah, she does miss all the Google parties, but I'm like, hey,
your Halloween party, you could go trick or treating at the people's desks. You'd walk around the whole building. It has like 67 floors. You'd go up and down 67 floors, and you'd see a little toddler asking for candy at your desk.
So she does miss the parties, but basically, I left Google in 2015, and then exactly on the year to the day that I quote unquote retired, that's when we launched Coming Up Rosies. So I gave myself a year.
And we celebrated.
Yeah, we did. I gave myself a year to figure out, like, I didn't know anything about, my first mistake is I just thought I'd start out like an online business to sell these scarves and have all the proceeds go to the children's hospital. And shortly after we launched, it was like, oh God, this is more of a charity. So I had to hire lawyers to switch it shortly thereafter. But like I had to build a website. I had to figure out the supply chain and the printing. Like I had no idea. I did HR. So it was it took a year for me to kind of figure it out. My best decision was I asked a lot of people who knew a lot more about things than I did to help me out. Which kind of, it helped. So.
But for those of you who have alopecia and you're not that secure, you can always go home, and stuffed animals are also a great solution.
Yeah, or any child with any
child with any difference. Stuffed animals are really there to help. Or squishy stuffed animals, though.
Yes, definitely comforting. So, okay, so you left. Obviously, last time we saw Rosie, that was in 2018 in October. I saw you too, as you were there too, Paula. Yeah.
I was
79, and Rosie just had all of these things. She was like, I'm going to make this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. And so since then, I've seen you everywhere. So we're going to give a shout out to all those places that have been supporting later. But now your hair did go on vacation, and there's a book.
It's been on a very long vacation. Do you want to show the book really quickly? So
so my hair has been on a very long vacation. And it was gone so long, we wrote a book about it.
And all the proceeds go to fund our Smile Kits. And basically, I think the way this came about, and this is more of a question for me, and you can talk about the end of it, but when this was all going, when Rosie was first initially diagnosed, I sought help. I went to a therapist because I didn't know, I was managing my feelings and I didn't know what to say when a stranger would come up to us and say, why aren't you covering your child's head? Or,
and mom would get so angry.
Well, of
She's
course,
like,
any parent would. So I just didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to be graceful and manage my feelings and just, like I said, raise Rosie to be loving herself. So my therapist is like, you should probably like write a journal, or we'd always like, do real time. Like, okay, what if someone said this to you? Like, well, what's the appropriate way to respond? And so I basically wrote this. I used to teach preschool, and I kind of wrote this. It was a rhyming, and it was more just for me to help with Rosie. And when she did this, my hair on a vacation, like every night before bed, we'd come up with a different place. Where was it going tonight? It would go to Italy. It would go to California to visit grandparents. Went to Disney World a lot. And so World. I think I mostly wrote it for myself, and I put it away. And then last year, my husband, we were driving on a road trip, and he's like, remember that book you wrote? You should consider publishing that and having the proceeds go to charity. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I still have it. So I went into my Google Drive, I searched Rosie's book, and up came this document from like 2014. And of course I had to finish it. Like by then, like we'd had the charity. So it's basically a story of our journey, like how her hair fell out, how we make scarves, how she was sad about it. We made the scarves, and now she advocates for it. And it has a teacher's guide in the back for
and the
children
teacher's guide is for children to talk about your differences. Like, not only can your hair go on vacation, but your eye can go on vacation. Like if a kid has an eye patch, or your leg can go on vacation, or your arm. It's not just your hair, but since my hair went to Disneyland a lot, it would get the fast pass and go on roller coasters and meet the Disney princesses
all the time. But it's a nice resource, because there have been times, even Rosie's been at her school for 5 years, and there's been times where, the littles come in and they've never seen Rosie. Everyone knows her, but like the younger kids like, wait, are you a boy or a girl? So
they would all swarm, like the whole class of littles would swarm around me. I'm like,
So she actually did get to read the book this February to her.
Nice. But I told them to keep it a secret, because like
it wasn't published yet, so they felt really special. But it just was really nice, because it opened up the conversation about everyone's difference, and it just was a good learning tool. Because I think talking about it and educating about whatever difference you have is the most powerful tool that you have. Because I think once people understand and they know and they learn about it, then there are no more questions, and there are no more like, why are you different? Why, so I think that's kind of the impetus for why we decided to do this. And hopefully it helps a lot of children right now, no one's really going back to school virtually, but at some point, just to kind of have that conversation in your classroom.
And you know what? I've seen a lot of people doing like reading stories online and stuff like that. Teachers are seeking things to do. And, if you can still see all the students on your school kind of Zoom call, you can have those things that you see people. And, that is the first thing, unfortunately, that so many people see is our differences. You know what I'm saying? And instead of embracing them and being like, hey, what's going on with that? People a lot of times shy away, or they have negativity to say. And this really gives it more of that positive spin.
I want to go for a swim. Spin. It is. It's so true.
Mm-hmm.
It's just.
Can you just crack the book open? Maybe like show us like.
So I want to show you this first part for whoever. Can I read it?
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
She likes the dedication.
The dedication.
Show the first.
That's like probably one of my favorite pages of the book. So this is the first. Oops. Ow, my lip.
Love it.
Yeah.
And then if anyone
that's going on vacation has a little suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
I think the funnest part, I think, was working with the illustrator to kind of tell.
And the illustrator I saw that you used mascot books.
Yeah.
And so My Adventures with Big E. Jacqueline, I'm sorry, Jacqueline, if you're watching this, I'm not missing your last name, but she was on the show. She wrote a book for her son, and it's The Adventures with Big E.
Oh, I should get that.
I see you got books, and her book looked phenomenal too. And I saw your book, and I'm like, wow. Because I'm not, I don't like search out book publishing. So did they do all the illustrations as well as the publishing?
Yes. So Mascot is a self-publisher, but they're one of the largest ones. And the reason why we did self-publishing route is because I wanted to have like a main say in the illustrations. If you sell it to like Simon & Schuster, like they just buy the rights to your book and they run with it. So since Rosie is the main character, I wanted to make sure that there was a likeness and that she didn't look funny and strange. So in this process, I wrote the book and then they pitched it. They shared the book. Okay. I chose certain illustrators that I liked. And so then they shared the book with 20 illustrators. And then they did a mock-up of Rosie. I gave a picture and they saw the story. And then they submitted 10 to 20 different illustrations just of Rosie.
One made me look like a boy.
Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah. And so we chose this one, and this woman is actually in Italy. I would have never met her.
And, we would have never met her if it wasn't for the illustrations. And thankfully, we're Italian, so we could communicate.
Remember, we talked that in episode 79. Go back to that.
Okay. Well, it was a fun experience.
It was meant to be. So she did all the illustrations. And I mean, really, this could be into a whole series, I think, Rosie. Is this what you're thinking?
I don't know. Maybe it could be. I don't know. I don't think
it could go. It maybe go.
Like, it could be like where you're visited. Like my
hair went to college. I don't know.
My hair visiting Italy, and then your adventures. You're in
Italy this year, but COVID
happened.
So we were gonna visit family there because I'm like 79% Italian.
That's sweet.
So therefore, she really needs to go because 23andMe has basically said you need to go. So.
And Caroline's like the most Italian, so she's like 80 something Italian, 80%.
Your illustrator.
No, our little sister.
My little sister.
Oh, your little sister.
I'm just gonna send up the book.
So
are all of the siblings, are siblings, family members, are they all featured in the book as well?
Yes. Want to show a picture? Mm-hmm. Even the dog.
So if you want to read this book, please try to purchase it.
Okay, quickly, hold on.
And then let me
in the middle. Oh, no, that's the teacher.
Okay, so the reveal. Our puppy.
Oh, there's her dad. There's a little sister, Caroline, and then our dog, Enzo. Whoopsie. It's weird. I'm doing it backwards. Enzo.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So
it's so special.
He's really furry, and he's downstairs in the
basement.
He's in
the basement.
So we don't have any distractions because I get distracted by doggies easily. He's easy to puppy, and he's so cute.
And we're a lot online.
Yeah. It's hard when you're doing like a Zoom meeting and then the doorbell rings from the UPS. The dog goes crazy. But I'm sure like everyone who has a dog.
Right.
The only one, thankfully.
But it is so worth it. Like, so when we first got him, he was so tiny. He could fit in Mom's sweatshirt pocket.
So cute. Now he's not so tiny. But
that's and actually I'm a dog grandma, but really not by choice. But I'll have to send you guys a picture. I now have a dog in my house that I didn't intend on. But it's a mini micro French bulldog. So they're the ones with those real
How old is it? A
name? Is the name?
Her name is Rose.
Rose!
That's a good name.
Our home had a French bulldog Frenchie.
Named Chewy.
Oh, Chewy.
Chewy. Yeah. So anyways, that was a whole surprise to me.
Yeah.
My dog grandma didn't intend on it, but it happened. So that's all the things with COVID, since I've seen you guys last, all transpired. So all of these great resources, whether it's from, making the scarves, using your other head wraps as masks, and now the new book, which even though kids aren't back in school, definitely is, great to be an online tool, especially for teachers, as well as just the common community purchasing. So where can people purchase or get these things done?
Our website, cominguprosies.com. Com.
And then
That's
also,
like .org or
you
.com?
can buy the book on Amazon too. You can
Yeah,
buy.
the book is on Amazon, but it like said it was stocked out.
No, it's restocked now.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
We
Okay.
do have a couple of copies of the book that if you want like to purchase from us, we can sign it. So you can get a signed copy. Otherwise, you can just go to
Otherwise,
Amazon.
you can just go to Amazon and get an unsigned copy. But we'd be happy to personalize one if you like.
We're
your
sending
friend
one
had.
to Miss Tammy.
Okay. But if anyone wants a book, we'd be happy to personalize it. Like if they had a friend who had cancer, we'd be happy to
Or
personalize
alopecia.
it. Or alopecia. So.
Okay. Perfect. Sorry, I'm having, this is what happens during COVID time. Oh, no. I've never done this live on a show here, but my son wants to bring Rose in to show you, Rosie.
Oh!
Okay. So we're going to get back to this in a second. This is just it's really always a time to put it all together. He must have heard me in the other room. But we are going to drop below when we're done all of the links below.
Okay.
And also, if you're viewing this on YouTube, I'll drop those links below. But you can purchase the book through your website as well, right?
Yes.
ComingUpRosies.com and purchase it that way. Okay, so once we meet Rose, didn't expect that. We are going to have to go through, or maybe until he's coming here. Where are some of the places that you? Oh, hold on. Okay, this is her live debut.
Rose! Hi, Rose! She's so
Oh
cute!
my goodness.
Look at her little eyes.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Okay.
So cute.
Right. That doesn't happen often. No.
Rose had
Had to meet me.
love it.
I wanted to show you guys. So since we last met, before we wrap up, I mean, I've just seen so many supporters that have come on board, and really getting behind Coming Up Rosies because it is such a good cause. Can you list out any of those for me? Because I would just love for people to know, the people that are participating with you guys in this.
So we have a partnership with Kendra Scott.
Scott.
She always sends us jewelry for the moms at the Ronald McDonald House. So every other month now with COVID, it's been paused, but every other month we've been going to the Ronald McDonald House.
And the NICU. Mom goes to the NICU because I'm not allowed.
Yeah. And she gives us jewelry for all the moms every time we go, which is really nice. You've also read the Red Cross.
The Red Cross. We are
you.
So happy that they chose me for the Red Cross Youth Heroes Award.
For all your work.
For all our work.
All our work,
because it's a family charity. It's not about me. It's about the kids and the people who order our scarves. Because happiness is the key to the world. Well, and reading.
Yes.
But happiness is key to the world. Because if you're happy, other people will be happy.
Yeah. So true. What else? You were featured on. We've been featured, or the charity
Little Big
Shots.
We've been on the news.
Yeah. So I think when people hear our story,
because I mean, since 2008,
Paladin, but not to brag.
Where is
it? So the Purple Paladin, Grant Thornton is a company based in Chicago, and they wanted to start giving back to small charities to kind of help them grow and make a difference. And Rosie was their first Purple Paladin. It's kind of like an everyday hero. And they partnered with us, and we've just been able to do a lot of good things. So they've helped us grow as a charity. They've given us support. They helped us redo our website, and it's been so nice. Charity, just myself and Rosie. So that was kind of a gift to me because I've gotten a lot of counsel and guidance on which has been like you would have to pay a consultant to do that, and obviously we can't. So we have just been really blessed with people hearing our story and wanting to share it and just kind of spread the Coming Up Rosies love. So we're still going. Hopefully we'll still be going for another 2 years. So
well, more than 2 years.
Yeah. So Rosie,
and all the new things that will come. So I asked you this last time we chatted. So before we log off for the day, Rosie, what is your vision for like the next year to maybe 2 years? I know you have these visions of things you want your mom to get done.
Well,
I'm gonna take a sip of coffee for this one.
Well, to get the laundry done quicker.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's not about Coming Up Rosies.
I just got rolled on. I'm just gonna stand in front of the breast. It's gonna roll me over.
No. I'm kidding. Because I know how much you hate laundry.
Yeah, thanks.
But literally.
Okay, go. Answer the question.
So like 2 years ago, of course, I
don't remember what
I
you
was
said.
like 7, 6.
What do you want for now?
Of course, hold on, but of course, from a 6-year-old, you'd get, I want to make roller skates. Well, we gotta do real stuff here. So I think maybe we could expand even more and get to even more children's hospitals, because then we could be helping even more. But I think we could also upgrade our smile kit and put a bit more stuff in there. Maybe.
Make it a smile package?
Make it a smile package.
I don't know. What about, let's say maybe have all the books. The kids can donate all the books. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we are doing this treasure chest award. And
we're
so
a finalist.
We're a finalist. We might not get it. But we're a finalist. And if we do, the school, the Warriors, the school's mascot, they raise about $100,000.
Thousands of dollars.
And it's okay if we don't get it, but if we do, that would help us grow so much. And maybe in our smile kits, we could include a book and give it to the National Alopecia Foundation.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the we've sent the book to all of our child life specialists who have the smile kits in their hospital, and they just said it's such a nice tool, bless you, to have along with the smile kit, and just showing these, especially the kids that are bald, that they're not alone. There's a lot of little kids out there that look like them, that I think when you're going through something, you feel like you're the only one that it's happening to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just been a really nice tool for those child life specialists to kind of introduce the smile kit and kind of share Rosie's story. So
but I also sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, Rosie.
But I also think it's just amazing that we get to help all these kids, and I don't know, I just feel proud and accomplished. And I don't want to feel overconfident of myself, but I feel good that we get to help other children.
Yes, and you're bringing happiness, and that's the key to life, right? I mean, the biggest thing is happiness.
Yeah. And if you're smiling, who smiled with you? Everyone else smiles with you.
It's
okay. It's okay.
I know. When does that happen? That's never happened before. That there's a dog on. What's going on?
I love it. Don't tell the dog that happened, because he would want. We're not going to break the dog. Yes, he would.
Yeah, he'd be all wound. He'd be all wound up. But Rosie, last time you talked about you wanted to finish those capes and you wanted to get those other things accomplished and done. So in episode 79, that's what you were talking about. Expanding that. The only thing I think you talked about, the only other thing you talked about also, I think, was it pillowcases?
Oh,
yeah. That's like. Because, what if a kid has a bloody nose and stain all over the pillowcase?
Yeah, so
I think what we have is kind of what I can handle.
Yeah, and I have so many other ideas, but I don't think Mom can
handle it. And I just don't think we can do that. So, but I love ideas.
Doing headbands, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we could do headbands.
But no, I think
people have blankets.
That's the thing, is to have ideas and have aspirations, and how you want to grow things. Because as we know, if we don't think it and we don't dream it and we don't write it down, things don't happen. So you gotta dream it, and you gotta go,
So true. That's so true.
Yeah.
I love all the things that you guys are doing. I love your energy. I cannot wait to get the book.
I know. Sorry, it's going in the mail today. I'm sorry, I got a little crazy. It's coming.
COVID mail.
Oh, I know.
It's my fault.
Oh, Mom. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. She is working hard.
I know.
I think you should give her a raise.
3 jobs.
I know.
She has her normal job at Tech Nexus, so she helps other people find jobs.
Mm-hmm.
She has another job being a mom, and she has another job working for Coming Up Rosies. And sometimes when we don't listen, she's like, "Come on, I have 3 jobs. Just do it."
I'll do anything to get people to have sympathy for me, because
we do have sympathy happy.
I
Mom.
know. Yeah.
I'm sure all of the moms who watch this will have they'll feel you on this.
We are all in the same boat. Like,
Yeah.
let's stronger together.
Right. Exactly. All right. So Rosie, one more time for your head. Put your headscarf on real quick. Can you
Okay. And I forgot to mention, you can make a neck scarf. So you can make a headscarf.
right here, or this is the next scarf here. I'll put this one on.
Headscarf.
You can make a headscarf,
Mask.
mask.
You can double it up. Headscarf, mask, or neck scarf. Like when you're not using your mask, you can just put it down.
See, look at
Nice for kids because, like, you know, when we're outside, we'll go scootering all day
and
running.
headband.
Oh, headband. It's just nice because, you know, when you're scootering and you're not near someone, you can put it around your neck. But then when you're passing someone, then we just want to like raise it. So it's been kind of helpful for kids because it's
And
hard to wear it
also,
all
they're
day
like
long.
snug, so like it's good for kids because it's smaller. But Caroline, my little sister, her face is so small, she has to wear those.
Yeah, we had to get her other ones.
But this is also like my friend Riley. She doesn't have an ear,
Yeah.
and so
she can't wear
which is I feel really bad for her. But she can wear these.
she can wear this.
yes. Or like we were talking about, you could do these.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
Riley, if you see this video, we mentioned you.
Yes, she'll have to come out. Like next time you guys are on, like bring your friends.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Bring Riley or my friend Lauren can hop
Yeah.
on, or
She's
Emma.
she's in Green Bay.
Or not Emma, not my friend Emma from school, but Emma who has alopecia, who had
Yeah.
an appendicitis.
Yeah. Dr. Lindsay.
Anything is possible, you know. And this is StreamYard too. They can have up to 10 people on here. So
Oh, party.
yeah.
Okay.
all right. So coming up, Rosies.com.
Yeah.
We're going to drop that below. Thank you guys so much for spending your Thursday.
Thank you so much for having us again.
Yes. So appreciated it. So with that, wishing you all a very blessed and wonderful Thursday. Thank you for hanging with us during this fun, energetic segment Thursday morning. So till next time, thank you, Paula. Thank you, Rosie.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care.
If you guys want to know anything more about the On Air Advocate, head on over to onairadvocate.com and all of our resources are right there. With that, you guys have a fabulous day. Bye-bye again.
Bye.